If we don't need the graduated path, well, bully for us if we can awaken to Buddhahood. But just as I told this story about Jesse Milarepa, when he met the Dzogchen master Yungten Trojal, when he first started to try to practice Dharma seriously, his master said, I have a teaching that is so wonderful that if you meditate it in the morning, you become enlightened there and then, etc. But it didn't work because Milarepa, like 99.9% of us, practically speaking, don't seem to be able to do that. Delusions and emotional resistances are so strong that we need to gradually unravel them. If we just try to utilize what seems to be or what's offered as the highest and most profound teaching, it'll just become another part of our delusion. So easy to incorporate those things and make it like another seeming adornment of ego, which is just another knot tying us up. So most of us need the graduated path. Like it said, people like Garab Dorji, the great Dzogchen master Garab Dorji, who became enlightened just through simple transmission from Vajrapani, it said, they are as rare as stars seen in the daytime. So the rest of us are not like that. So we need this step-by-step gradual unraveling, because that is like the appropriate remedy for people with these complex levels of delusion that we have. It's like we're like a layer cake or something like, we've got many layers of resistance and delusion. So where we start at the beginning is not where we're going to end up in terms of the levels, the complex levels of delusion, of knotting that we have. So the Buddha prescribed the graduated path for us, whether we're talking the graduated path just in terms of the common teachings, the sutra teachings, so like the Lamrim teachings from precious human birth through to bodhicitta, or whether we're talking about all the three vehicles as representing a graduated path. Most of us need that. And then teachings known by these names like Dzogchen or Mahamudra, they come in a way as the teachings that are most accessible to us when we've already done a lot of groundwork. Having said that, however, still the great masters, who teach these things, those kind of methods of realization, they often, in a way, kind of connect us with those things in a very subtle way, quite early on, so that we have a sense that I still have to practice the graduated path. There are these stages of development I have to go through. But in a way, nevertheless, the goal where I'm aiming is inherently here. Potential, at least. It's not that I have to practice these things and I'll make myself higher, or I'm going to add something to myself. Because the enlightened nature, the Buddha nature, is present within us even now. So even a beginner should practice in a way with two eyes. One which is, I would say, the step-by-step eye that knows I have such complex levels of delusion, like most people. I need to train first, developing renunciation, kind of spaciousness, then developing the warmth and openness of loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. I have to then train on eliminating my misconceptions about the world through training in the view. And then the Vajrayana teachings will bring this to the boil quickly. So that's one eye. The other eye is, yes, but what I'm after, what I'm pursuing, Buddhahood, is naturally present and doesn't need to be made. It's actually, and always has been, the true nature of my mind, as is the true nature of all beings' mind. So that way you don't fetishize this skillful means path, the graduated path, thinking, if I do this, that will produce that automatically, which would make the path just like mechanical, and also, in fact, put the goal forever out of reach, because one could never build enlightenment. It can't be. It's unconditioned. But on the other hand, if one overemphasizes the liberation path, the natural presence of Buddha nature type of thing, then one will misidentify one's present delusion with enlightenment and never change. So it needs to have this mixture, these two eyes. And all Dharma is taught in that way, with a kind of emphasis on bringing together the immediacy and the gradual in our way of practicing. Different people need different mixes, And at different times in one's path, one's practice, one might need to correct a little bit because one is overemphasizing one side or the other. But that's how it works for 99.9% of us.